Yo, I'm out here with my son. We're hanging out. But I just want to talk about the beauty of life. Something that, yesterday was a beautiful day for me, to be honest. Um, Hit a lot of realizations, a lot of things that have come up and I've reflected on and really reflecting on my growth, but more importantly, on the wonder of life. Because, you know, it really started with me thinking about how I met my wife, how I found her, and she was just the perfect person for me. In the moment that I needed her, she showed up, and I trusted the process. It was a very serendipitous experience, very coincidental. It was just synchronistic, and that's what I really started to think about. Today I'm working at this place called Wormwood. That's where my previous manager was at, and I've developed a relationship with him where we get to express ourselves creatively, authentically, I believe. And even though it's just the beginning, we've been learning to really refine this process, refine this relationship. And so I was just looking at how I got to this place where I'm thinking, I'm working for this guy who's also my mentor, who I'm also mentoring, and then we're also collaborating, and then there's just a lot of synchronicity around me. Like one of my coworkers, he is actually cousins with somebody that I know in the dance community, and we've connected, and I actually knew this person. I met this person kind of like around the same time I met my wife. So I had just that link between connecting with this individual and the serendipity of this coworker knowing, being cousins of this individual, and then also I was thinking about the serendipity of me meeting my wife and during that time, and then just everything that has followed forth. I have my baby boy here. He's gonna be 10 months old now. We're out here chilling in the park. It's a beautiful day. Look at that, man. Look at that. And he's trying to eat this stuff. I just don't want him to be doing this. I gotta be watching out for him too. No eating, baby. No eating these things. But yeah, and then I was like, man, just this flow of energy just came to me, and my eyes were revealed, and I was like, wow, it's just everything is working out so perfectly, and perfectly in the sense that it needs to be. I think I do have my desires. I do have these goals or these things that come to me, but I've learned to not try to grasp at them. I try not to control my situations. I've learned that it's best to let life guide you. You have these impulses, you have these desires, but let life fill them. Let life guide you to the place you need to be. Because I think about it like this. I have my community, but also at this restaurant, I connected with the owner. So Lucas is the manager, and he's connected to the owner. He's the guy above him, and so this guy, he owns a lot of restaurants, and he also is planning. He has like a lot of his hands in a lot of things in San Diego, and so it's kind of interesting to be able to see that. This guy is like, it's obviously like the man has money, but I was able to have this conversation with him and really see how I can help him out, help him build infrastructure around his vision, and almost like me being the missing link to his vision, and we sat down, and so there's been these moments of connection, and I could see it in his eyes. He's seeing the connections also, and seeing the potential, and so I was just thinking, maybe I was led to this place. Maybe if I had just stayed really focused on YouTube and doing my thing, grinding, I would never have reached out to these guys and never would have connected with these guys in this manner. And here I am speaking to the big dogs. Basically it's like I'm in the big leagues now, kind of thing, and it just feels so normal to me. It feels so natural to me. Of course I was a little nervous, but I knew what I needed to do. It's a simple human to human conversation. At the end of the day, I'm looking to collaborate with individuals and build a better future for the world, and to be able to have this guy take my opinion seriously and really be excited or inspired by what I have to add. I think it really says a lot for the spot that I've gone into, for the place that I've gone into. So Um, and then you know, it really speaks to like, what am I actually doing here? You know, I'm just a worker here. I'm just a server in this world. That's really what I've played into. You know, I've been getting closer to, I guess you could say, my guides. You could say my guides. You could say my soul. But I feel a lot more connected to, for sure, my soul, also my purpose, but also higher spiritual teachers. I feel like the esoteric text has been really helping me out, and I've been getting a lot of answers in my dreams, and whenever I need the help, I get it, you know, which is pretty dope. But I've had to work through my desires and release a lot of things, a lot of misbeliefs, a lot of tension, a lot of lies, or just, you know, ways of thinking that just weren't sufficient for the betterment of humanity. And so through that, I think that has allowed me to be able to connect with higher powers, and so I trust, you know, I trust in the vision, I trust in it. And also my experiences speak for themselves. You know, there was a moment where I had and like I want to say entities, aliens, beings from another world come into contact with me years ago when I was with my ex, and that was around the time where things started to go bad. I think like 3-4 months later was when I had my breakup, and then right after that was when I met my wife. So yeah, I mean that, and so now I'm here, right? And I love it. And yesterday it was beautiful. I mean, I had that revelation at my job while I was working. I was like, you know, I can't believe that I'm working here, that I've gone into this place. It's ridiculous. I could never have planned this out. And then the lesson came to me is like, you know, you don't want to plan it out. I realized like the lesson that the 80-year-old version of me would say, hey, no. That the 80-year-old version would say to me would be, let yourself be guided. Don't try to control it, you know. Have fun, take it easy. That's the lesson. Like, it came to me right there. It's like, this is what the 80-year-old me would say, right? After living life and having lived a beautiful life, this is what the 80-year-old me would say. We would say, have fun, don't stress too much about it, don't get too serious about it. More so, trust in the serendipity, trust in the universe, and also don't try to control it. You don't have all the answers right now, and you shouldn't. If you don't have the capacity to conceive of all of the potential, you don't have the capacity to look so far away, you know. And it's because there's also multiple influences happening at the same time. This is where I have like the scientific mind come in, and you know, I want to control the world, but also everybody else wants to control the world, you know. Like, everybody else has their desires. And so, like, you know, it's like everything's constantly flowing, everything's constantly moving, everything is constantly wanting to get better. But and so, look at this boy. Everything wants to constantly get better, and so, you know, you just have to trust that sometimes people are gonna shift, people are gonna change. You know, not everybody can stay aligned to you, to the soul, and as long as you stay aligned, you position yourself in the right places, you know, and the world will guide you, and you have to trust this. And you know, if I tried to control this, if it was about my dream, you know, I would have stayed in my room and I would have just grinded it out, gone to work, and just minding my own business. But instead, I reached out to my manager. I saw something in him that really called to me, really reminded me about myself, of my desire to help the world. And you know, I just kept connecting with people like this. Come on, son. He wants to get carried. We're gonna walk around. So yeah, and it has led me here, and I still have my business, right? Like, I still have my community. That's another aspect of it. So yesterday was a beautiful day. So I had that realization where I was like, wow, you know, stop. I don't have to try and control these things. I just have to trust. And I just have to do the work, stay aligned, and I'll get positioned where I need to be. And I look at my relationship with my wife, like we made it work, you know, through thick and thin. And we have our baby here, and this was our dream, you know. And this is a dream, like for myself, to be able to walk over here with the camera in my hand, my phone in my hand, and be out here. Like, this is a dream of mine. So, like, it's here, right? And sometimes you get so caught up in it that you forget, but it's here. It's always here. Anyways, what I was saying was, so it was that thought of the serendipity, that lesson from my 80-year-old self, the realization that I'm playing with the big dogs, and then also now I come home. It's a long day. It's like I have a conversation with my wife, and drink a beer or two, just really feeling good about it. Have this like intimate conversation with her, which I'm grateful to have had, because it's hard to get that in there. And then after that, I get in my computer, and in my community, I see two guys just like, who haven't posted ever on the community. They just post and they share their work, and so they're also working on their shit. And I feel super happy, because I can feel their potential. I see their soul, and I'm like, wow, you know, I'm so concerned about my shit, right? Like, but if I can be the guy that ignites these guys to be the best that they can be, that's all I want, right? Like, it's not about the accolades. It's like, these guys themselves, if they feel inspired and they are moved because of what I'm doing, then that's what I'm supposed to be doing. And so I wrote this little post for the community, just really saying thank you and sharing my gratitude, and really letting the guys know, the people know in the community, how I feel about it. And you know, like, and I think one of the points is, I said I love you to everybody in the community. And I think right now, while I was writing it, I was tearing up too, you know. I was like, wow, I can feel the depth of everybody's soul. I can sense the greatness within everybody, and it really moves me. And so I began to cry, but I was super grateful to know that I'm the keeper of the community. I'm the one that's the keeper of the garden, the one that is gonna watch these flowers flower, these flowers blossom, and it's just the beginning. It's just the beginning. It's been how long since my baby was born? 9 months, and I'm here. But there's much more to happen, and so there's really a reflection on the wonders of life, and witnessing life unfold and life guide me, and I hope that this is also helpful for you to, you know, be able to sit here and see a guy who has faith, you know, who has faith, who's completely surrendering to the process and the moment, and doing the best that he can to bring the best forward, and doing it while having a family, and you know, paying the bills and living life. You can make it all happen, bro. So I mean, yeah, that's it. That's really it for me. He's getting a little fussy, so I'm gonna give him more attention now. He needs that attention, little buddy. But yeah, life is full of wonders, and I hope that the biggest thing that you get out of this is for you to trust in it. It's for you to trust in life, trust that things are unfolding the way they need to. Let go of control. You can conceive of an idea, but don't try to control your situation and mold it specifically to that idea. You know, let go of that idea and allow yourself to flow. Allow yourself to enter that state of creating and expressing yourself and being yourself. That's really the end goal. If you want support from a community, if you're looking to get some coaching from me on how to figure this out, check me out. Click on the links in the bio, and I'll see you in the next video. All right, peace out. Stay lucid. Peace.